This is the solutions for Alg2A quiz number 15, February 6, 2015. Which equation represents a line parallel to the y-axis? So draw your y-axis. So parallel means they'll never intersect. So I just drew this line there and say make up some order pairs, label it. Then something I notice is that x is equal to 2. All of mine are x equals to 2, which says all your x values are the same to be parallel to the y-axis, and that'll be the choice A. B is a horizontal line. C, if you multiply both sides by 3, you'll get y equals 3x, and you can just graph that by slope-intercept form, so that has a positive slope, positive slope too. Question number 2 and 3. Which statement best describes the method that can be used to sketch the graph? So y equals the absolute value of x plus 1. Anything inside the absolute value is going to move it either left or right, so you can eliminate A and B. So I'm left now with C and D. If you want to find your x-intercept, you make y equal to 0. So you put 0 here, and then you do the absolute value. So one's positive, negative, and you'll notice that x equals negative 1. So you have to look at negative 1, 0. If you graph negative 1, 0, you're actually moving your graph left from the parent function. Number 3, if you this constant here is outside the absolute value, so that means it's going to move it left or, up or down. And if you make this very similar to slope-intercept form, it's actually moving your graph down, negative 2. Number 4, which equation represents a line that is parallel to the line whose equation is this. I'm just going to transform this into slope-intercept form, and I get a slope of negative 2/3. Because it's parallel, I'm looking for the slopes to be the same, so I would transform all of those into slope-intercept form, or at least just find their slope. And I recognize that B has the same slope, negative 2/3. Question number 5. I made an error. So if you solve this, you get distribute. Subtract 6b from both sides, then 6b's are eliminated. So you have 26 is greater than or equal to 8. So that's true, which says that any point that you can pick is going to be true. So it's not D, it's actually A. For example, if I pick 0, 26 plus 0, 0 times 3, or 4, so you have 26 is greater than or equal to 8, and that's true. And you can pick any order pair and they'll be the same. Number 6 you were supposed to cross off because that's the same question as 12. Number 9, you have those shaded regions. So automatically, if you graph this and change it to slope-intercept form, I have my slope has to be positive, so I can eliminate graph A because this graph has negative slope. Next thing I'm going to do with an inequality is now substitute in 0, 0. 0 is greater than 1/2, that's false. So that means on the side that you're shading, 0, 0 should be false, meaning it's not shaded. Now also notice here in my graph I have 1/2, so it should just be a smidge above. So I would eliminate C because you don't have a y-intercept of 1/2. These two do. And then 0, 0 is false, so you should be graphing on this side. B is your correct answer. 10. Which equation of the line perpendicular to the graph 14, x minus 7y equals 1 passes through a point at negative 2 or 4. So the first thing I do is in standard form, I'm going to transform it to slope-intercept form, so I have y equals 2x minus 1/7. Because my slope here is 2, then the opposite reciprocal is negative 1/2. So there's 2 and 1, flip it, and then take the opposite of positive out of negative. So now I have the slope of negative 1/2, slope form. I have my order pair, negative 2. Remember, it's the negative 2, and that costs positive 4. And now I'm looking for my choices are in slope-intercept form, so I'm just going to distribute. I get 1/2, negative 1/2 x minus 1, and then add 4 to both sides. And I have y equals negative 1/2 x plus 3, that would be their choice D. For C, I want to make sure my absolute value signs are isolated. In order to do that, I'm going to divide both sides by negative 2. So I have this. Now my absolute value signs are isolated. I have one positive, one negative. Here I can drop the plus sign in the parentheses, and I'll add 7, I get h is 21. Here I'm going to divide those sides by -1, then add 7, h is equal to -7. So my two solutions are C. Question number 12, if the order pair is 5, 9, belongs to a function g, and g of blank equals blank. Well, remember, this is just a coordinate x, y, and a fancy way of saying y, in this case we'll call it g of x, comma g of x. Now in function notation, here inside is your x value, and then your g of x represents your y value. So your x value in this case is 5, so 5 goes in here. Now all of this is equal to your y value, because this is essentially your y value, so the y value is 9. So 5 and 9. Alright, so we have Batman here. The domain, so we're starting from left to right, and notice how my domain, I start at the wing there, that's -4. So I need x, the values are x is greater than or equal to -4. And if I go in this direction, though, I have to stop, which means I stop here at +4, which means I need numbers that are less than or equal to. Remember, that's you're assuming that's a close search because that's a solution. So now if I take this, I make it a compound inequality. I'll have -4 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 4. And above notation means I start here and end there. Start at -4 and then +4. For the range, it's the same idea. I need numbers that are greater than -3, but I also need numbers that are less than +3. Think that a compound inequality, the one in the middle, it's one on the left, one on the right, and match up your inequalities. Interval notation for the range is from -3 to +3, remember, from bottom to top. Is this a function? No, it's not. Fails a vertical line test, goes to more than one point. And if you picked an order pair such as here, you'll notice that you have the same x values, but your y values are different, so it's not 1-to-1. Question number 14. I don't know how many times we have this question on here. The first thing you're going to do is everything inside parentheses or brackets. You're still doing order of operations. So the absolute value of -13 is 13. You still have that negative sign inside the bracket. Now I'm going to go ahead and evaluate -11. So to evaluate it, I made from the absolute values to parentheses to show there's a simple negative. Absolute value of -11 is 11. Do not distribute that negative sign. Now after taking care of the absolute value sign, then you can go ahead and do that. This is the multiplication part. So that becomes a -11. This is a -13, and the opposite of a -13 is a +13. So now I have 1 minus 12 is -11, -22, and +13 gives me -9. Notice how the original problem doesn't have an equal sign, therefore it's an expression. And my directions up here said to use equivalent, use the equal sign to link equivalent expressions. So if you saw this on your paper, I'm starting to mark you off points. -1 for not linking equivalent expressions, -1 for EE. So that essentially is the same as that this expression is equal to this expression. So you should have equal signs all the way down. Number 15. A lot of students miss this negative sign, so in your substitution, if you got this part, you got 2 points. Here, -half times 14 gives you -7. -7 divided by 3/4, just write it sideways. Division sign turns into multiplication, take the reciprocal there. Multiply across, so we get -28 over 3. Number 16, for I think the third or fourth straight week, solved, and then this one, you can graph your solution on a number line. So I'm going to subtract 6. The biggest mistake there is trying to simplify 6 minus 2 there. It'll be incorrect. So I subtract -6. So that gives me -2 absolute value x minus 4 greater than -10. Do not distribute there. So here I should divide both sides by -2. Remember, when I divide by -2, you have to flip the inequality sign. So if you got here, absolute value of x minus 4 is less than 5, I give you 2 points. your absolute value signs are isolated. So you basically take your argument, x minus 4, one's positive, one's negative. Now, if you don't understand why the inequality flips, the reason why I tell you to put one positive argument and one negative argument is because you recognize on this side, if you divide both sides by negative, you should flip the inequality sign. And 4, because x is less than 9, and x is greater than negative 1. So you should make that a compound inequality, has a keyword and this is what your solution looks like. You shouldn't have any arrows going to that direction or that direction. So here's a scoring breakdown if for partial credit. Question number 17 was new to the quiz. You showed it last week. Graph on the plane. Make sure you label all your intercepts. So here I have h of x equals the negative absolute value of x plus 2, absolute value is minus 3. So I'm going to write this in vertex form. A absolute value x minus h, absolute value plus k. So I notice there's a plus sign, but in the equation it has a minus, so I'm going to have to change that to minus negative 2. This plus becomes minus negative 2. And that way I can quickly identify my h value is negative 2. Notice how I didn't highlight that negative sign right there. And then your a value is negative 1, which tells me the graph goes down. That should be checking it. And because my k value is negative 3, this tells me that it goes down. Your order pair is down, negative 2, negative 3. So you essentially got 1 point if you knew that opens down, 1 point if you got this vertex correct, 1 point if you got the y-intercept correct, and 1 point if you knew that this was an absolute value equation. To get the y-intercept, you're making x equal to 0. 0 plus 2 is 2, absolute value of 2 is 2, negative 2 minus 3, that would be negative 5. And there's your partial credit points. Question number 18, 3 weeks in a row, the formula for the perimeter rectangle is P equals 2L plus 2W, then L can be expressed as, then L can be written as, or another way of saying that is solve for L. If you subtracted 2W in the beginning, give you 2 points. Here, when you're dividing by 2 on both sides, you're dividing by everything on the left side. That's why a lot of you guys are not simplifying here. That'd be a negative W. But here it's P divided by 2. So if you were missing the 1/2 there, I give you maybe 3 out of 4 points. Question number 19. Find an equation in standard form. So some of you guys need to carefully read and maybe circle things that look different. A line that passes through 4, negative 3, and has a slope of 2. You could put that into a slope-intercept form by using slope. Slope is 2. My x value is 4. My y value is negative 3. Here it is in slope form. Distribute. Subtract 3. I have here now slope-intercept form. It doesn't say slope-intercept form, it needs to get in standard form, so I added 11 to both sides, and then subtract y from both sides, and I get 11 equals 2x minus y, or 2x minus y equals 11. Remember, you shouldn't have any fractions, and your leading coefficient here in front of the x should now be negative. So I give you 3 points out of 4 if you have another form correctly, such as slope-intercept or slope, and I give you a total of 2 points if you substitute correctly. Question number 20, write an equation for the absolute value function. Well, the first thing I know is that it's up and down, so I know my a is negative. I look at my slope, it's the only one right one. So negative is correct. My vertex is negative 2, 3. Write vertex form. Do your substitution. K value is 3, h is negative 2, and a value is negative 1. That becomes positive 2, so f of x equals negative absolute value of x plus 2, absolute value plus 3. Here's your partial credit. Question number 21. Hopefully I made it very obvious with this darkened line that here is the numerator, and this is the denominator. Negative 4 over y divided by 16, it makes 16 a fraction. Change it to multiplication, you take reciprocal, and now I'm just going to cross-cancel my 4's there. You're left with 4 here. So negative times positive is negative. What I have left is a 1 in the numerator and 4y in the denominator. Question number 32. Graph on the coordinate plane to make sure that you label all your intercepts. So if my x and y axis are going to the first power, you know it's going to be linear. It's a linear inequality because you have a less than sign. So remember, graph this like it's y equals 3/5 x plus 6. So here is my y-intercept. 3/5. Notice I don't really need a coordinate plane. So now I know that it's less than. It should be a dotted line. If it was equals to, then it should be solid. Now I'm going to use my test point to understand where I shade. So I substitute 0, 0. That's my test point. 0 times 3 is 0. So 0 is less than 6. This is true. We shade it. That's a solution. So 0, 0 here is your solution. So you shade all of that region. Okay. To find my intercepts, specifically the x-intercept, because it's not labeled on there, I make y equal to 0, subtract 6, multiply by the reciprocal of its coefficient, which is 5/3. I can cross-cancel there, or I can multiply across. Negative 3 divided by 3 is negative 10. That's how I got this negative 10 here. There's a work for the y-intercept, and this problem I did not give a 1 point for trying, so 1 point for shading, that's your test point, 1 point for line solid or dashed, it's dashed, 1 point for graphing it correctly, meaning you have the slope correctly, as a positive slope and negative, and 1 point if you label your intercepts. Question number 23, graph on the coordinate plane. So once the coordinate plane, you should take y, x, and y axis, and make sure that there's intercept. Same problem as last week. Add 13 on both sides. I have this in standard form. Standard form is best by graphing it by intercept. So when you substitute in x equals 0, we'll get 14/3. Substitute in y for 0, and you'll get x is 7. So 14/3. That's the reason why I make this table here for intercepts. You can clearly see that this is a y-intercept and 7, 0 is an x-intercept. That's the Slope-Intercept Form. My partial credit problem, 1 point for knowing the x-intercept and labeling and graphing it. 1 point for the y-intercept. 1 point for graph correctly with slope. Another point knowing that it's linear. And let's just say you graph correctly but no intercepts, I give you 2 points total.